Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Dark Asylum podcast, the only podcast you need to be listening to where we answer the question, what if? Like, what if you decided to listen to a podcast hosted by the devastatingly handsome chosen one, Zack Winters? And what if I was always joined by wrestling's biggest sex pervert, Darkness?
With a lot of help from you, I may be. I don't know. These fucking people messaging me. Hi, everybody. How's it going?
And the biggest what if George R.R. Martin never wrote those books and hosted a Z-tier podcast? And what if his name was Big Vicious? Oh.
uh,
No.
Anyway.
Not writing those books.
Hey, this sounds like the real George R.R. Martin. Yeah.
Oh, guys, how the hell are you?
Doing okay, I guess. Trying to think anything really that happened. I got all the episodes of the podcast put up on YouTube, and
Yeah,
got sick of hearing our voices. So
we gotta start promoting that.
yeah. Go find us on there. Like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, that's it.
Smash that like button.
That's the term. I forget. I'm not young enough. I guess I don't remember.
No, well, it's like my daughter watches a bunch of like newer YouTubers, so they're all like dude bros, like, yeah, fucking smash that like button if you want to see me do this today.
Yeah.
They're all wearing their sideways hats and like, oh shit, bro.
Yeah. At least she's watching those instead of, hey, subscribe and I'll write your name on my chest.
Yeah.
They all get motivated other ways,
so
but
she likes these one guys who do fucking like. I'll admit, I watched a couple of them. They're kind of funny, but like, they're like, oh, we got a challenge. We're gonna stay in the kitchen for 24 hours. Yeah, bro.
yeah,
That's about it. And then they do like haunted house tours, like Halloween haunted houses, and those ones get kind of funny.
yeah.
But other than that, they're fucking stupid.
Yeah, my nieces and nephews watch all kinds of like gaming ones. And then there's that one kid who, I forget his name, but he made millions by just playing with toys. And then he got his own toy line, and I'm like, wow, this kid is, So, and then one of my nieces has her own YouTube channel. She's got thousands of subscribers and everything. She does these weird little animations and stuff, and it's got an audience, so fucking, good for her, man.
Yeah.
Her parents are like, she's making more money than me. What's going on with this? So she's got her own bank account, and like she drops her iPad on the ground. She's like, it's fine. I'll buy another one. Dang. Yeah, I mean, she's gonna turn into one of those, I hate capitalism. Look at my $3,000 mansion. It's like, oh no. But yeah, so she's doing good. What the hell is that? What is squeaking in the background?
I don't know. I was just going to gloss over it.
Oh, okay. We won't talk about it then.
I discovered something weird this week.
Okay.
Have you guys ever heard of? I don't know if I necessarily call it a band. Have you heard of Ram Ranch?
This sounds like a rabbit hole we don't want to go down.
It's a fucking. So it's like, I want to say this is almost a parody or a satire, but I'm not 100% sure in today's world. But it's like one guy who like he's got a whole discography on Spotify, and he doesn't know how to layer music or something, because the music is super quiet, and it sounds like he's recording it off his phone, and but then his voice comes in super clear, and all of his like quote unquote songs are kind of like spoken words, but they're all about cowboys sucking each other's dicks. Like all of his songs. So you'll hear in the background, you'll just hear And then here comes this dude who's like, yeah, fucking cowboys sucking each other's cocks, cum dripping down all their faces. Yeah.
How long have you been listening to this? You just discovered this?
I just discovered it this week, and I kind of just like plowed through most of the songs. And I'd say 95% of them are just like cowboys sucking each other's dicks.
I don't know if you should use the terms plow and talk about cowboys sucking dicks. All in the same conversation.
Wow.
I mean, I could show you guys some of it, but I found out that gets us demonetized on YouTube now, so I can't.
That one of the things I ran into when I was uploading all the episodes, because it'll go through it real quick, and it'll spit back like copyrighted material. And every time Zack plays the sad violin, it fucking hits us with a copyright strike.
So now I can't tease Big V about it.
Yeah, well, you can, but I gotta find a way to edit it out, and it takes like a half hour to get it through the filter, so.
Oh, that sounds like it's a you problem now. Nice.
Yeah, but it's just like, it edits out your voice, so it's not like you're there anymore, which is nice for everybody, so. By all means, use the sad violin all you want, and I'll figure out how to deal with it.
I could turn on some Ram Ranch right now.
If anyone would want to copyright strike that, who would lay claim to,
I don't. You know what? That's a good. Well, apparently Grant McDonald might.
Oh. And here we go.
18 naked cowboys in the showers at Ram Ranch. Big head cocks wanted to be sucked.
All right.
Naked cowboys wanted to be fucked.
I remember when I got yelled at for listening to Guar because Guar wasn't real music, and it's good to see that we have further gone down the spiral of what we consider music these days.
Oh man, so hold on, I just gotta go through his fucking song list. So Ram Ranch, Plowboy, Cowboys fucking Cowboys, Prince Harry, Suck That Cock Gavin, Big Hard Cowboy Cock, Cock Sucking Cowboy, You Sure Are Hung, Hard Horse Cock, 12-inch Cock, Stable Boy, and Suck It.
It sounds like that scene from Clerks where he's like reading off the video list, and the little kid sitting there, he's all hard holes filled with hard cock, coming in socks. Come on, Eileen, come buns 3, the KY connection. Oh, what did you want, little girl? It's like, God, yeah.
And then
Happy Scrappy Hero Pup. Damn.
Oh man, I cannot wait for that to show up on my. Because Spotify does your like end of year, like here's the songs you listen to the most.
Yeah,
It's like will probably be on there somewhere.
So for me, because I got that thing, it spit out like your stats for the year, and I have my own playlist, and I always ask it to play, and I always say, shuffle this playlist, but it never fucking listens. So it's always the first. So Danzig Mother was like the #1 song, and it was just because every time I went to listen to that playlist, that was the first song that fucking played. So it had like 365 listens. I was like, no, get out, next song, shuffle. But yeah.
Mine was, for like 2 years, mine has been Diggy Diggy Hole by Wind Rose.
Okay. I have no idea what you're talking about right now.
It's a good song. I fell into this weird like rabbit hole of bands who have like fantasy themed gimmicks.
Okay.
Wind Rose, their thing is that they're a bunch of dwarves.
So Guar intergalactic bounty hunters that crash landed in Antarctica.
Yeah.
It's right along the same lines, right?
God, it's odorous.
Yeah, I do too.
I just use Spotify to listen to podcasts.
Yeah, our podcast, right? Which you can listen to on Spotify, Dark Asylum podcast on Spotify.
And interesting enough,
Drops
on Apple
Friday.
Podcasts also, where you can give us 5-star reviews.
And
5-star.
God, we're
And
good at
Google.
this.
Yeah, jeez.
But yeah, no, I listen to ours every
Smash
Friday.
that like button.
Get us that silver button. We need it. Yeah. So. Your shit in the background.
Oh,
Anyway, fuck, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna talk about now? It's been a weird week. Not
I got
too much going on,
it's
but
been a little bit of a weird week.
yeah.
Did any of you play RuneScape when you were younger?
I didn't when I was younger, but they've got a couple of new iterations of it.
Yeah.
So
So the composer Ian Taylor has been sentenced to 22 months in prison after drunkenly sexually assaulting a girl under 13.
oh Jesus.
why is all the video game news like this right now?
I was just about to say, man.
It's like, oh, a Blizzard Activision.
So-
Yeah, enough said. Moving on.
So the most pure game ever, RuneScape, now has a sex pervert attached to it.
Nice. Well, that's always fun.
Shit.
What about the Apple, or not Apple, yeah, now we're gonna drag them into it too. The Activision Blizzard. Any new news with that?
I haven't seen anything about it.
I have to admit, and I'm gonna probably catch some hell for this. I'm gonna step over that digital picket line. So I got Diablo 2 comes out tomorrow for beta testing.
I already did.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
I wasn't gonna say anything, but now that you've admitted to it, I feel fine.
All right. Oh, I've been playing Diablo 3 too, so I'm just saying. Okay. Anyway, but you know what? I didn't download the newest Warzone update, so I'm good. Yeah.
You guys talk for a second. I just got a package at the door.
I don't play Warcraft, so that's good too. But All right, now that Zack's gone, we'll take the conversation in some weird ass fucking direction. So when he comes back, we'll be like, "What the fuck are you guys talking about?" So, how's life been, Big V? It's been a while, like a week.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm having this like weird thing going on with my hands. So like the ring finger and the pinky on each hand is like completely numb, or goes off and on being numb. And every once in a while, when I like brush up against something right there, it feels like razor blades or glass.
Ugh.
Yeah, so that's a little concerning. And then work has just been crazy. People are just not giving a fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I've ran and sweated more than I have in like 6 months of wrestling, I mean, I can't. Once I get to one side, something's going on the other side, and
It's like little fires just start all over the area, and you gotta like run and put out the biggest fire first, and then in that time frame, the little fire that you ignored gets bigger, and yeah, I hate that.
What are you talking about?
His work right now, it's getting so busy and crazy. So yeah.
So I had this one couple go out the door with a still security tagged $300 like tool set, and so I run up on them, and the guy's like, "You're good, motherfucker," and then they take off across the parking lot.
It's always nice when they fucking compliment you.
Right. And then earlier in the day, I had some dude. I was watching somebody else, and he stuffed a couple knives down his shorts, and I get the call, and I'm like, "Fuck, where's he at?" So I run out the door and I see him. Thankfully, he didn't go 2 directions, because that would have been like way a ways for me. But I go running across the parking lot, and I get up to him, and I'm like, my suggestion is either throwing the product into the cart or deal with the cops I have on their way. And this is before I knew there were knives. He pulls the first one out, which is a pocket knife. And I'm like, okay. And he throws it in there. And then he pulls out this big one that comes out of a sheath. It's like almost like a fishing knife. It's like a big sticker. Like I'm like, ooh. I back up a little bit, and he throws it in the cart, and I'm like, anything else? And he's like, no, and he drops his pants. I'm like, Jesus Christ. And everybody's like, they're like, oh, you must have had a small penis for being a tweaker. I'm like, no, actually, it was kind of large.
All right.
I was
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Everyone at work's like, how big was his dick? Like, really? What the fuck? After everything that we just went through, that's the question. Oh
But I
god.
mean, you have everybody trying everything. I mean, from walking out to, we had these two kids. They ended up taking like about $400 worth of little stuff, having it at the bottom of the shopping cart, and taking a bag of mulch and manure, putting it on top, and trying to ring up just the mulch and the manure. But we have this head cashier that was there, and she was like, "Can't get past me, motherfuckers." she literally walked up, and because their rate to pay just $4 and some odd cents, and she's like, "You get everything?" And they're like, "Yeah." They're like, she's like, "So you're good?" And they're like, "Yeah." She's like, "Nothing else?" And they're like, "No." And she's like, "What the fuck about this?" And she's like, flips the bags. And you just see them go, "Oh shit," and they take off walking.
Don't you want your bag of shit?
So, at this point,
Hey, you forgot your bag of shit!
well, exactly. Well, at this point,
It's poop.
I'm on the opposite side, dealing with somebody who just walked out with a $20 lamp. But as I come in, I get told by somebody, "Hey, these two kids went by. They have a bunch of stuff." So I take off running, and I round the corner and almost run into the cart. And she's sitting there just like doing this little dance jig, and she's ringing it all up to see how much it all cost. And I was like, "Oh shit! So you got him?" And she's like, "You can't get past me. Try to steal on my watch, motherfucker." Like,
Nice.
yeah. Other than that, you got your regulars. I have to figure out how to sneakily fucking get this one dude. I did a bunch of investigating, and this guy comes in like right before closing, does his thing, and like leaves. 5 minutes before the doors are locked. Rolling back on video, come to find out he doesn't come in with a backpack, but he mysteriously leaves with one full. So,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's always nice.
I'm thinking he probably comes in at some point early in the day and stashes it. Or somebody else comes in and stashes it, but yeah. So, it's been fun. I literally had to go in before we did this. So I went in first thing this morning, got up and got there by 7, and had to write up a couple of reports from last night that I didn't have time to get to because I stayed 2 hours after. So, yeah, it's been me.
Nice.
Cool.
All right, well, we got that. So now that Zach's back, go back into video game news.
Yay!
So,
I want to talk about stuff that I want to talk about.
all right, so let me throw out my One Piece GTA remakes. What do you think?
Oh,
GTA
yeah.
remakes?
They're remaking and
they're-
remastering the original GTAs. Not the original, not the top-down little tiny car ones, which were cool for their time, but
3 Vice City and San Andreas.
yeah. So what do you think?
I'm excited if it actually because from the models that they showed, they just look like high-res versions of the original games, which kind of dated now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if they went through and they redid them like Grand Theft Auto, what are we on, 5?
5, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could see playing them again.
I think that'd take forever though.
Yeah. I mean, the jetpack alone is reason for me to play. I love that fucking thing. It's just like
Right.
flying around everywhere. Yay!
Yeah, but I kind of wonder what they're doing with if they're having everybody redo the voice acting, because the first Grand Theft Auto 3, everybody sounds like they're talking through a tin can.
Yeah, that's true. And then I don't know, because after 3, they started doing all the celebrity voices. So would they come back and redo audio or anything like that? Like, I'm sure fucking Goodfellas himself, what the hell's his name? Ray Liotta. Like, I don't think he's
Ray
coming
Liotta.
back to do remastered audio for Vice City.
Well, I don't think he's doing much right now.
That's true. But Samuel L. Jackson wouldn't come back for San Andreas.
No,
I mean, he
Sam
might, but I
Jackson's
don't
too
know.
busy. He
Yeah.
might, because he seems cool enough.
Yeah. But I don't know. Out of those three, I mean, I love Vice City because of the whole '80s overlay and everything. But like I said, that jetpack, man, I just love flying around in that thing, dropping down somewhere, like shooting the hell out of everybody, and then flying away.
See, it's a weird generational thing on the show because I liked Vice City, but I liked San Andreas more because the '90s aesthetic.
Yeah, we're both
We're nostalgic for different things because you're old.
Well, V's like, I just want a remaster of Pong from when I was a kid.
HD remaster of Pong.
Pong remastered. Yeah, that would be good too.
No, when V was a kid, they weren't playing Pong. They're playing that game where they push the hoop with the stick.
Hey, you guys wants to go play some stickball?
Okay.
Kick the can, motherfucker! Kick the can champion. I was like, all right. It's funny because he's not that much older than me, and you call me old, and I'm not that much older than you, so it's all relative.
No.
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
I just wanted to remake like Pitfall and shit like that, man.
They did remake Pitfall.
Jesus.
I mean,
Yeah,
from the Atari version, I think it was a PlayStation or PlayStation 2? I don't remember.
Maybe. It was awful, I remember that.
Well, I didn't play it. I just remember that they had one that came out.
You know, there'd be some shit if they like redid like Frogger with like a more gruesome like fucking
A dark, gritty remake of Frogger.
right.
I hate these fucking cars.
Yeah.
Logs
War never changes. I'm crossing the street.
They could remake a
Frog
game.
Smoking the cigarette.
Yeah, they could remake a game from your past to today's standards. What would you pick? I mean,
Dead Air. Somebody talk.
Dead. Yeah. What? I mean, it sounds like you're about to say it, but then you just keep going.
I'm trying to think because most of my shit has been like remade. And remastered.
I'm trying to think of something from Nintendo that I guess they are kind of redoing the Ninja Turtle one.
Burger Time.
Burger Time Extreme.
I want a dark, gritty remake of Burger Time.
Jesus.
Foods are like got fucking sharp teeth and shit, and the hot dog comes and tries to rape you, and yeah,
It's
sexual predator hot dog, and yeah,
it's not even that. It's like your restaurant is, like the little dingy place, like in House of Cards, the barbecue shop that he always goes to. And there's always crime, and you're trying to get out of it and trying to get money, but then, the mafia comes by and takes some money. And then some punk kids come by and break a window, so you gotta spend money on that.
okay.
It'd be cool if they remade Spy vs. Spy.
I remember that one. It was a little bit like elevator action, but you put like little traps on the doors and stuff, and try to get the other spy to go through it.
Yeah, you put traps on the doors and the little cupboards and shit, and then the other spy would, when it was his turn, he'd walk through, and you'd have to sit there and be like, and then you hide because you have to hide, and he tries to find you, and shit gets blown up and stuff. I love that game.
Yeah. It's so weird how video games back then, like weird properties would get video games. Like I remember playing the Yo Noid from the Domino's Pizza fucking that had a video game.
Right.
The Spot from 7-Up that had its own video game. Yeah.
Fucking the Raisins had a video game.
California Raisins.
California Raisins, that's it.
Yep. Chester Cheetah had a fucking
Cheetah.
Yeah, all the fucking promotional mascots had fucking video games. It was crazy.
There's a Captain Crunch video game that you get for free in the damn box.
Yeah, I remember having one that was for Chex. It was called Chex Man. And yeah, it was like Doom. way back when. It was a first-person shooter, and you start off with a spoon, and you run up and shank the soggies, which were like these little blob creatures, and you'd shank them with the spoon, and then you'd eventually get like a milk gun and all this other. Yeah, it was fucking weird, but it was the coolest thing in the world back then.
Oh yeah. How about Pepsi Man?
Oh yeah, that actually was pretty not recent, but more recent than Nintendo games. That was PlayStation.
I think it was, yeah. Remember like Xbox 360 and there was like 4 games you could get at Burger King?
Yes, there was like a mini racer game. There was one called Sneak King. I remember that one.
Sneak King was actually really good.
It was like a, what do you call it?
It was like Hitman.
Stealthy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking Burger King's
Play
going
that
around.
weird sex pervert, and you just fucking pop up and scare the shit out of people and give them burgers.
Yeah, that was an interesting concept for a mascot.
Sneak King was that he was a sex pervert?
That too, but I mean, just the
No,
what?
Ronald McDonald's been running with that for years.
Yeah, but not as creepy. I mean, the early iterations of Ronald McDonald are creepy as fuck, but
Yeah.
yeah, Ronald McDonald. Fuck, I haven't even eaten at a McDonald's in years. I don't even know
I
if
did
it's
last night.
decent.
I felt fucking terrible.
That's why I had to stop. I used to
Yeah,
love
it was
quarter
the first
pounders.
time I've eaten there in months, and I was just fucking. Ugh, this is what I don't eat here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's no good. It's no good. What, B?
They had a Swamp Thing video game for the NES.
Yeah, they had a lot of comic ones too. They had a shitty X-Men one.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
They had a Nightmare on Elm Street. I mean, the Friday the 13th one's more well known. That shit still Toxic Crusaders. But yeah, that Friday the 13th game still scares the shit out of me.
Oh yeah, the Friday the 13th one.
It's like the worst fucking graphics, and it's cheesy as shit. Jason's like fluorescent purple and blue. But you'll just be walking along, and then all of a sudden the fucker shows up. It's the worst fucking jump scares, like worse than Resident Evil and shit. When that fucking Jason shows up, and it plays that noise real quick, it fucking scares the shit out of me every time. It's hilarious. I love it. A game from the 80s still scares the shit out of me. But yeah, and that fucker's hard to kill, just like in the movies.
Well, yeah, it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I mean, you start with throwing rocks at him, you're not going to get very far anyway, but...
Right.
No.
So, yeah, that's all kinds of crazy comic... Like, every property back then got some weird fucking video game treatment.
Motherfucking Die Hard.
Yeah, I remember the Die Hard video game. That was a top, like, you'd look from top down. He's running around without shoes on, and you'd walk over broken glass and stuff.
Uh-huh.
You ever play the Home Alone ones?
Yes, I had it on Game Boy. That was always pretty funny. So, I remember
Back
what
to the
else.
Future ones suck, too.
It was another one of those top downs. It was almost like Paperboy. And I could, it would spend hours just getting to the fucking diner and then trying to throw shakes at all those guys as they run up at you. I couldn't do it ever. So, yeah, I need to find a Game Shark and go back at that. Fuck those guys.
Right.
So, but yeah, so I mean, as far as video games, I mean, that's all I got. Diablo 2 Remastered's got a demo coming out.
The picket line. We're horrible people.
Yeah.
The only thing I got is that nasty game called The Avengers just came out with the Black Panther.
The DLC.
The chapter of it, so you actually get to play Black Panther in Wakanda, so it's a little different scenery now. So
that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So this is
call it Wakanda.
Woo! Wakanda. That's where Ric Flair's hiding right now. Yes. Woo! Wakanda. Shit. Alright, well, fucking we're done with video game news. Since we are on the subject of Wakanda. You can go anywhere. You can go to concerts. You can go to like baseball games.
Wakanda.
If you throw out woo, someone's gonna woo you back. It's hilarious. I love it. There's always a wrestling fan somewhere. But do we want to talk about?
Everybody knows who it is. Yeah, it's like how we find each other in crowds and shit.
Yeah. So do we want to talk about what if right now, since we're on the subject of Wakanda?
Sure.
Woo!
May as well, since we segue so professionally like we do. Yeah, I watched the first 2 episodes. That's the only 2 episodes that are
All
out.
that stuff.
But yeah, episode 2 just came out, and it was the better of the two. But there's a lot of questions that it raised. So
So
Yeah.
here's the thing to me. I like the first one better. This one was just really weird
What?
to me. It made me feel really odd. I mean, the good thing was hearing Chadwick Boseman, but it was weird. Like it made it too goofy for me. Like you got Thanos going, "Well, does it sound like genocide to you?" And he's just like being really weird and goofy and funny, and it was odd, and I couldn't do it.
yeah, it was like I said. It raises some questions. Like, all right, Thanos could have been fucking avoided if you would have just talked to him. Like, if T'Challa would have just had a good argument, then we wouldn't have had any of the fucking. Like, I don't know, man. That seems like it's a deep-seated kind of thing that he was ideology. And, yeah, T'Challa comes up and goes, hey, that's not a great idea, my friend. He's like, you know what?
Oh.
You're right. It's okay. I mean, he doesn't seem like he's that, steeped in his own convictions when...
Yeah, it's just like, how would he change? Like, I don't think he would change so quickly. It was just like, his whole ship being, oh, we're good guys now. And it's like, it just, I don't think it would have been that simple or that easy,
Yeah.
Well, the whole idea about it is that Star-Lord's T'Challa is better at being Star-Lord than fucking Peter Quill is. And I can't remember if it was an episode of The Simpsons where, like, they kind of did their own what if thing, and everybody was happier if Bart wasn't born or something. That's kind of the vibe I got from it.
Yeah.
And I loved it.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked the second episode. Oh, we'll get into the first episode, but the second episode, like, there's a lot of weird differences that, like, the Ravagers are different because they pick up people that, are kind of villains, but they're like, hey, be cool and we'll be cool with you, and here, let me tell you about how we can be peaceful, and they're like, oh, okay. And Star-Lord's got this huge reputation about him and everything else, and like Nebula's not all screwed up and got all these implants and everything, and it's just interesting to see how at the end of it, spoilers, I mean, you guys should probably have watched it by now, but Ego still exists, and Peter Quill is still his son, so it's like
without the morals he's picked up from the Guardians movies, so I'm kind of interested to see if they pick up on that.
Yeah, like would the Peter Quill who's stuck with a dead-end Dairy Queen job, like, follow his father into being a god, an evil god? Like, would he? I don't know if that's a future episode or not, because they always said that that's a story for another time, but it seems interesting. It was nice to see Kurt Russell come back and,
So a lot of people, yeah, they had a lot of the voices come back, except for Batista wasn't asked to come back. No, like, he was like, yeah, like, I had no clue. I would have said yes, but they never even asked me.
Yeah, I couldn't fucking tell if that was him or not.
No,
I was like, it sounded like him, but kind of off.
It was him and one other. Who was it?
Was it Chris Evans? Wasn't Captain America? Was he? The voice didn't. Oh, it was?
He was.
Okay.
Yeah, he was.
That voice sounded different to me, but yeah.
It was Batista and one other person, and the thing is they talked about, because of the contracts that they have right now with Marvel, they believe that's the reason why they weren't asked back, but they're confused because they're coming into a future film, Guardians 3.
Yeah.
So nobody knows why, but yeah, Batista was like, I'm kind of pissed off. They didn't even bother asking.
Yeah, so Drax was in it, and we didn't see Rocket, and we didn't see Groot
No.
or Gamora.
No.
But yeah, it was interesting. So episode 2 was what if T'Challa had become Star-Lord? So basic premise for the episode was, what if the Ravagers picked up the wrong kid and it happened to be T'Challa instead of Peter Quill? So that's where it all stems from. And episode 1, that was 2 weeks ago, or a week ago now.
Yeah.
What if Steve Rogers hadn't have become Captain America and Peggy Carter had become the captain instead? So this one was...
Step on me, mommy.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some things in that one that kind of like, I'm like, really? Like, fucking Howard Stark just comes up with fucking Iron Man armor on a whim.
Yeah, in the 40s.
In the 40s, yeah, and it just basically looks like what Tony did in the cave with a little bit of an upgrade. But I don't know, the show's good. I watched the first episode with my wife, and she's like, yeah, you can watch this on your own. I'm not interested. So I don't know.
Give the second episode a shot?
No, I told her, I said, this is like Chadwick Boseman's last performance as, T'Challa, and she's like, nah, I'm okay. You go ahead and watch it. So, but the art style is actually real interesting to me because I grew up on not only Disney movies, but the Don Bluth films, like American Tail and, stuff like that, like the Land Before Time and all that. And it's really reminiscent of Don Bluth's art style with like a bit of an upgrade. So it's interesting to watch. And it looks like some of it could be motion captured at some points and stuff like that. But like with Invincible, they throw in a little bit of a 3D scene or transitional scene. So it's kind of cool to see some of that stuff too. But cartoons have come a long way, man.
Yeah.
So... But yeah, I enjoyed the second one a lot more than the first one. I don't know what other episodes we got, but the Chadwick Boseman was pretty much one of the highlights for the series that we saw was upcoming. So
I did like the Collector's whole turn as the big bad.
Yeah, he's actually kind of a badass. I didn't realize, you think the guy in the... Go ahead.
I did pop when he put on Hella's helmet, though.
Oh, yeah. So he's collected all these weapons and stuff, and there's a cap shield and all this other stuff, but...
There's Mjolnir, cap shield, so that makes you wonder, too, like, did he, what happened to Cap and Thor for him to get their shield and hammer?
Well, the whole idea that, like, Thanos turned good now is, like, was there even a need for Avengers on that scale? Because for the first 25 movies, Thanos was the big bad in all these movies, but now he doesn't exist. So do they need to unthaw Captain America?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because it sets up so many more questions. So the whole reason for the first Avengers, the whole reason for the team to come together was not only Loki, but Thanos was pulling the strings. So
Thanos gave Loki the army. Yeah,
so if that doesn't happen, then do we get the Avengers? So what if? What happens? What's going on?
What if?
Yeah. So, yeah, it was interesting, though. I mean, I like it. They're short little half-hour, 40-minute episodes. So, but yeah, I like it. I'll keep watching it. It's good stuff. Yeah, I mean, that was What If. I mean, we'll keep watching. I don't know how many episodes there are, but you'll get reports from us every week on that. So
I know we're getting in the big poster. There's Spider-Man wearing Doctor Strange's cape, so we might get some of that. And then there's Marvel Zombies.
Oh, that's right, the Marvel Zombies episode.
At least three more episodes that have Chadwick Boseman's voice in it. So.
Oh, okay.
Well, Hopefully we're getting a part 2 to this week's episode.
It would be cool to see, like, what happens, what keeps going, but I don't
Yeah,
know.
because
I don't
like
know if they would do a continuation episode. I thought they were all like one shots.
I thought so too, but they can't follow up on like what if Peter Quill doesn't have the morals and the experience and is working a dead end job, and then he finds out he's basically a god.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
can't just leave us on that.
I could see the tyranny coming up from that,
Yeah.
So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what other ones we get. I know the zombies one's coming up, which will be pretty cool. So
That'll probably be the finale.
yeah. Anyway, so on other TV show front, we got Titans 3 episode or season 3 showed up.
Yep.
And they're trickling out episodes, unlike Netflix that drops it all at once. It's Thursdays you get a new episode. They dropped the first 3, and then I guess episode 4 showed up. But V fucking got himself caught up in like a day. So
Yeah.
It was like a week. But,
okay. It was funny because he texted me. He's like, "Oh, I just started Titans." I'm like, "Oh, cool. I just finished the most recent episode. And let me know when you get there." He's like, "Okay."
No,
And like an hour later, he's like, "Damn, that sucks."
I'm done now.
No, check it. You messaged me saying, "Hey, you don't watch Titans, do you?" And I'm like, "Funny thing is, we just started watching it." So you asked me because you brought it up.
Yeah.
Are you guys having side conversations without me?
What?
Son,
Have we gotten the new guy to replace Zack yet? No. All right, we'll let him keep coming in then.
So
What do you think we
that.
talk about? You don't
What-
give a shit about Titans, so I don't
So-
bother the whole
so-
room with it.
no, we were like,
I'm
so
still
what do you
kind of
think about-
hurt.
You're like, what do you
Aw.
think about Caleb? He did a really good job. He could replace Zack, right? And, we're just want to let you bring all these special guests on so we can interview them.
Little do they know they're jockeying
They're
for your
interviewing.
job. They're gonna get your spot. No, it's just shit that I know that you don't care about. Like, I wanted to talk about the most recent episode that I had seen of Titans, so I was like, "Does V watch it?" I think he. No, wait. I was like, "You don't watch it, do you?"
And I
That's
was
all
like,
that was.
Nope. Funny thing is, we just started. So yeah, me and my kid, we were talking about. We're like, hey, let's do it. So we powered through, and hell, we. It was funny because one day my kid's like, so I'm going to start like going to bed early, like, so I'm going to go lay down around 10, fall asleep around 11. Well, that night we're watching Titans, and we're like, oh, what time is it? Okay, just one more episode.
Yeah.
And then he's like, okay, but after that I have to go to bed. And then that episode ends, and he's like, maybe one more.
Shit.
See, I can't do that shit. I can't binge watch like that.
Yeah, I mean, if I know that there's a lot of stuff to cover, I'll binge it, but I try to okay, just maybe 1 or 2 episodes a night,
I get bored of it, and I start to hate the show. Like, my wife, she binges The Office and Walking Dead, and I fucking hate those shows in hell.
I still love The Office, but I fell out of love with Walking Dead after yeah. That's just got so plotting and methodical of the same
Oh my
mundane
God, yeah.
bullshit.
But my thing is, I like binging because like if it goes a week, sometimes I forget like what was going. Not necessarily everything, but I'll be like, wait, what? Oh yeah, that's right.
So those share shots add.
Yeah, exactly. But when I binge watch, it's like I'm pretty fresh, and then most of the time it's usually because a new season's out or a new season's about to come out. So like I'll try to binge watch so that way I can get caught up. So the new stuff, which that's what we did here. And dude, like the first couple episodes, I kind of had to power through. And then after that, it was just I was hooked.
Yeah.
It got good to me. The first couple was just kind of like I think it was just trying to wrap my head around immediately watching Robin like murder people,
Yeah, it's a lot darker than I would think.
Yeah, so I was like, wow, that's not supposed to happen. Wait, what the fuck? You know, and then just some differences like Dick being a cop in Detroit.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, where's this all going, dude? And it was just, it wasn't meshing right with me. It was just kind of like, it's when you throw something new at somebody without warning them, and all of a sudden it's just kind of like you sit there in like a stoop just trying to figure it out. I think that's what the first two episodes were for me. That like made me go, man, I don't know if I could do this. And then all of a sudden it just kind of like started flowing right into place, and you're meeting these characters, and I love it.
Yeah.
There's I want to go back and slowly watch again, like season 1 and 2, only because there's like I noticed a couple other things, but one of the big things I noticed that they did really well at was they added some stuff. Well, my kid fully told me, like he figured it out, but I kind of started figuring out. So the characters Hawk and Dove. If you notice, if you go back and watch, when they're out of their suits, Dove is always smiling or like in somewhat kind of a happy look. So Dawn is kind of like always chipper, and Hank is walking around just like all like pissy and moany. But when they get in the suits, they're reversed. Dove is very broody, and Hawk is smiling.
Yeah.
So,
It's
well,
like their costumes actually get them to flip personalities.
well, it's because Hank fighting is what he loves. It's he relies on the suit, and Dove's not too thrilled with that. It's not her thing. She wants out, but Hank can't live without the fight. And then, so when they're in the suits, that's what it's reflecting. When they get out of the suits, it's reflecting that. So Dawn is happy that she's not in the suit and she's not fighting, but Hank's like, fuck, like I need to punch somebody in the face.
Yeah.
And my kid, he finally brought that like that full circle to me. Little V did. I was tripping because I'm like, I don't know how well I like this, and I didn't notice it on Hank, but I noticed it on Dawn. I'm like, she's smiling like when she's not in the suit. She's just like got this smile, like somebody just died, and she's like still like she's like it's going to be okay, or she's like I'm really sad right now, but she has this grin on her face. And I was just like I kept pointing it out to little V, and he came back at me. He was like, if you notice, and I'm like, no way.
Actually, here he goes. Oh, little B just went off.
I'm like, right, like that makes total sense. And I'm thinking back at other episodes at different little things with the characters that I'm like, you know what? I think they're doing the same thing with this. So I want to go back and kind of find all those little subtle differences that tell the story.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the show started off on the DC, whatever it was, the app that I forget what it was called, and then it melded into HBO, and I started watching it because I didn't have the DC streaming service or whatever the hell it was called, and I started watching like people were posting them, and I'd watch the episodes that way. But yeah, it's a good show. Doom Patrol's also pretty decent, so I just haven't gotten all the way through that. But there's only a couple of glaring issues I have with it, and it's Jason Todd and Bruce Wayne are major assholes. It's Bruce Wayne is uncharacteristically psychotic.
Yeah, Bruce Wayne is a fucking nut.
Yeah. So I mean, we won't get into too many spoilers or anything, I guess, but yeah, and Jason Todd's just like a whiny little bitch. So
the thing
that was Jason Todd's character, though, wasn't it?
No.
I don't. Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if he really was in the comics as much. Like, it's almost like he's Damian Wayne's kind of whiny, like superior personality type of feeling. But it's
Jason Todd was kind of whiny.
Yeah. I mean, what are you gonna do though? So that was our fucking deep dive into, into Titans, but yeah. So
Well, like I said, if people haven't watched seasons 1 and 2 yet, then I mean, they deserve spoilers because it's been out for quite a while.
oh yeah.
I won't say anything about 3, even though I just watched the new one today. But then the episode prior to that, I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah. There's stuff in there that, it's they don't care about killing off characters or anything like that. It's like they're just going for it. It's like an alternate timeline so they can do whatever they want.
oh, I know. Like at the end of season, it was the end of season 2, where
Donna Troy. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, the fuck.
Yeah. We'll see if it's like real comics and everyone comes back, but I mean, so far people have stayed dead, for the most part. I mean, we all know what Jason fucking happens with Jason, so. But, yeah. So on top of that, I've also, maybe Zach will be interested in this one. I started watching Neon Genesis Evangelion. Fuck, how do you say it? Evangelion. There you go. So I started watching that from the beginning. I don't know why. It was just on a whim.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
It's a place to kind of. I'm like slowly like wrapping my weeb tentacles around you.
Yeah. I'm starting to get into
reading manga.
Manga and
anime.
Well, I've watched animes before, but like this is borderline into the anime kind of stuff that I really don't. Like giant fucking robots and shit. Like I'm like, it doesn't really.
Only watching the anime with the Japanese subtitles in.
Oh fuck yeah! I don't want to read. I'm listening to this in English. Yeah, but so I started into that. I'm about 8 episodes into it. They just released a bunch of new stuff on it, so we'll see how that goes.
This time in a couple months, we'll be nerding out about Dragon Ball Super.
Oh, it's fucking Broly. Yeah.
Tournament of Power. Oh my god, Broly's so awesome.
Yeah. So that's all I've been doing with TV. I got much else for that.
I still think Goku's in Dragon Ball Super. Goku is he's kind of an asshole, dude. Like, no, he's awesome, but like I just noticed a lot that he was doing Kai blasts to do a lot of people's faces, just like.
It's just on a whim. It's like, hey, how you doing? Kai blast! What the fuck?
Like he's fighting. I can't remember her name. She fused together, and she's like powering up her attack, and he starts doing like his Kamehameha. He's like powering it up, and she's like. You can't dodge while you're in midair or something like that, and she like shoots this blast at him. Well, he like rides this like fucking blast wave all the way up, and then he's just like, huh, and it's like right in her face. There's like no space between them.
If you notice, like, so like the big thing with Dragon Ball Z was that everybody was giving him shit about always letting the bad guy power up all the way. And now in Dragon Ball Super, that's a big plot point where they're just like, nah, fuck it, we're not doing that anymore. I'm just going to just blast you right in your fucking face. See what happens.
I mean, I don't know. I think I marked out that's the most I marked out on an anime in my whole life. I was like, oh my god, I had to watch that scene like 50 times. He fucking like hits this wave. He's riding it with his as he's charging up, and he's fucking just, and he's like, oh. He's like, I can't dodge in midair.
I gotta start watching these still. Like I said, I'm still on Dragon Ball, where he's like patting girls in their fucking crotches and shit.
That was
so
one episode.
Well, I mean, that's what I remember most. I'm like, this is a fucking kid show in Japan? Good lord, man. Our fucking kids are weak.
Actually, it was more of a teenage episode.
Oh, okay.
Or a teenage show.
But still.
Yeah.
Those early episodes, you see Goku's dingus a lot.
Yes, that too. That happens a lot. Anyway, the fuck else we got to talk about? Jeez, we're out of TV now.
I was li- I was looking up Lady Dimitrescu memes when you guys were talking about Titans.
Was that
The
Resident
9 foot tall
Evil?
vampire
Yeah,
lady.
vampire. Yeah.
Big booby vampire mommy lady, step on me, mommy.
Oh, the
Um,
step on me, mommy.
God. V and I went and saw Free Guy. Not together.
oh
It
yeah,
just we turned out it was like, oh, I saw this. Oh yeah, I saw it too. It was good. Oh, okay.
I've been kind of on the fence on it. How is it?
Oh my god, it's good.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. It's just fun. It's a fun movie. It's not like
Okay.
you gotta get into it or anything. I mean, it's good to get into it. There's a lot of surprise things in it that are
A lot
fun
of
and
surprises, but there's one line. I'm not going to say from who, and I'm not going to say for what. But my favorite line: "What the shit."
yeah. Yeah, it's how Ryan Reynolds is. He's friends with everybody in Hollywood, so
Yeah.
every time there's like a weird player character in the movie, it's voiced by somebody that he knows and is famous. So like one time I'm like, is that fucking Hugh Jackman? And yeah, it's Hugh Jackman. I'm like, is that the
course.
fucking Rock? Yeah, it's the
Jack
Rock. It's like
Johnson.
so Falcon, I think. Andrew Mackie was in there, and yeah, there's all kinds of stuff like that. And since it's a Disney movie, you get a lot of those kind of references. So it's fun. It's like a lighter version of Ready Player One, I would say.
Yeah.
So it's got a lot of elements of that, and with Ryan Reynolds, it's fun. Like I said, it's just a fun movie. It's good to get out.
Yeah, I was afraid it was going to be really cheesy, and like it was going to be kind of like just because you see Ryan Reynolds as that in the previews, you see him as the like the like brain like brainless like kind of goofy thing. And I thought
Yeah.
it was just going to be him doing that all the way through, and it was going to kind of be one of those stupid um, like pop references like every 20 seconds, and really it was. I mean, there was a nice story to it. There was an actual story.
Yeah, it was a good story too. It was like I said, it was fun, and it's like a rare thing. They just went out there to fucking make a fun movie. So
Yeah, like I like Ryan Reynolds. I love Taika Waititi and anything he does. So
yeah,
there's no
he
reason
was
shit like this movie.
he was great in that too.
Yeah.
As the fucking millionaire program developer.
Yeah.
It's so. But yeah, it was fun. I liked it. I'd recommend it. It's one of those ones you got to go to the movies for. So it's
Yeah,
actually done pretty decently at the theater, which is nice.
This isn't a spoiler because it's in the previews, but Buff Ryan Reynolds.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Is that John Cena's body?
I don't know. It could be. I don't think so though.
Because I watched the clip of it where that was happening, and then it was like they're doing an interview with Buff Ryan Reynolds, and I'm sitting there looking at it. I was like, is that fucking John Cena?
It could have been. I don't know. But so yeah, I give it a thumbs up. Go see it. Go get your asses out there to the theater and
Go support movie theaters.
yeah, before we don't have them anymore.
Yeah, before they shut us down again, and
So
we don't have movie theaters.
yeah. Speaking of which,
Then everybody's suing Disney because all their movies are going on to Disney Plus.
yeah. So Emma Stone evidently dropped her lawsuit against Disney when they greenlit Cruella 2. They're like, oh, what do we
imagine that.
do? Oh, fuck it, give her another movie. It's got to be cheaper than the lawsuit. Well, what do we do with fucking Scarlett Johansson? We kill off her character. I don't know. Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's weird how that works, because like when you're a mega rich corporation, you could just throw money at people and they'll forgive you pretty easily.
Yeah.
That's this whole thing. It got me on the I waver because here's the thing. Typically, I would be totally like yelling at Scarlett Johansson like, you greedy bitch, like you have all this money in the world, like what can you do with all this money that you possibly have? Like, I mean, except be stupid and spend it on stupid shit.
That's what I do.
Well, I'm just, so my thing is, it's like little things like going to putting it on Disney Plus. To me, are little what do you call it? Little treats. You're still charging. I mean, of course, she's not getting the money from it, but whatever. That's it's like, hey, you know, you should be like me as the star. I'm going to let the fans have this little bit of a treat. Instead of going, oh, I'm missing out on some money. Like, it takes me back to the Napster thing. Like Lars from Metallica crying because one of his songs got downloaded and he's not going to get that 5 cents from the profits or whatever. It's you're making tons of money, and somebody, just saying, some poor bastard who couldn't buy your thing is hearing the song, and now he's going to go rob his neighbor to go buy that CD. Now, you know what I mean?
It all works out, Lars. Come on, damn it.
So, you know, but then on the other hand, you got people like Disney who are just fucking, you know, they'll fuck you over to make that money, and they don't care who it affects as long as the money's coming in, you know?
Yeah.
So it wavers. Like in this one, I'm just like, okay, you both go at it and fucking destroy each other, and whoever comes out on top, kudos for you.
Yeah, I mean, there is truth in it though, where if it's streaming, I won't go to the movies to see it, you know. But like with Fast and the Furious, and Fast and the Furious and Free Guy and Last of Us, or not Last. Jesus, I always call that movie Last of Us. Fuck, I can't remember it now. Emily Blunt, not Last of Us. It's Quiet Place.
Quiet Place.
Yeah, so I went to go see all three of those because they weren't streaming. Suicide Squad and all those other ones, and now they're talking about with Shang-Chi. I wouldn't have fucking gone to the theater to see Shang-Chi if it was streaming anywhere, but unfortunately they're doing an experimental release where they called it that, and then the lead actor got all pissed. It's like, we're not an experiment. We put our heart and souls in this movie, and so they're going to do theater only with Shang-Chi now.
Well, here's my thing. I would rather go to the theaters than pay the $29.99 on Disney Plus.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean,
isn't it weird how like you go pay $30 or $40 at the movie theater for tickets and popcorn and all that, but you see the app that you're already paying $16 for, they're asking you for more money, and you're just like, fuck you.
Well, see, I don't pay $30 or $40 when I go to the theater. I go on Tuesday when it's $6. As a matter, I went to go see Free Guy, and the guy's like, "You want to donate to?" And I was like, I looked at him. He's like, "I'm just asking a question. You can say yes or no. I don't care." I'm like, "Man, I come to the cheap show for a reason." He's like, "I understand." So it's like, I spend $6. They look at me as I walk by them at the concession stand. I'm like, "Hey guys!" I just walk right into the theater and sit my ass down.
He goes
So,
walking by with his big ass
Did
trench
you just
coat.
menace the ticket taker?
No, he goes walking by with his big ass trench coat that they know is lined with fucking goodies.
Just lined with snacks.
when I wore my trench coat on a regular basis, the same one that I wear to the ring, I fucking had foot-long Subway sandwiches down there one time. Like, all of us ordered, and they like, "Hey, put this down." I was like, "All right." So I tucked my shirt in. We put them all down my back, and then I wore the trench coat over it.
He's walking by. You can hear the Skittles, the M&Ms, the Jujubes shaking.
So I can't remember what.
Hi guys, at the
Furious
concession
was.
stand.
So we went and donated plasma, me and a couple buddies, and immediately went to the liquor store, got pints, and
Semen.
And went to go see Fast and the Furious. So we went to the concessions and bought the soda, and we get in there, we drink it down a bit, and we each had our own little pint, and I fill mine up, and I'm sitting a little ways away, and my buddy fills his up. But then his girlfriend, who didn't know anything about this, ends up knocking it over, and all you smell through the whole theater now is fucking whiskey. I hear, no, you didn't, motherfucker. And she's yelling at him, and because one, she didn't want him drinking. Two, he only bought one soda, and she filled it up with whiskey. So she was
No,
like,
what a dick.
A, you weren't going to share with me. B, you spent money on whiskey. 3, now it smells like whiskey up in this place. And I look back with my mouth on the straw, and I smile at him as I'm still drinking mine.
I used to work at a movie theater years ago, and it was in a bad part of town in California. And they had How High with Method Man and Redman.
Oh,
Jesus.
So I walk into the theater because there was like someone was talking. We had to go in and tell them to be quiet, and it looked like it was a fucking cloud. Like someone had a smoke machine in that fucking theater. And I was just like, fuck this. And then while I was in there, I heard a fucking beer bottle or something drop, and I'm like, nah, I'm not even gonna bother. I'm fucking out of here. I just let it go. So
Hear
yeah,
that resin cough in the background.
It wasn't a beer bottle.
exactly. It probably was. Fuck, man. Some people get too comfortable in movie theaters. Just, I was like, can you put your shoes back on, please?
So,
the fuck? This ain't your house?
I ain't fucking around. I take off my shoes in the movie theater.
I can't see. I
especially,
mean,
especially at those ones with the big recliner, and I know the movie's gonna be like 2.5 hours long. Yeah, I get comfortable.
that I could see. But this is like a shitty little theater that
Pants are
the
off.
floor was yeah, that's what I mean. I like sitting at that one that's the front of where the riser seats start. So you have that little wall in front of you that you can put your feet up on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the best. Fucking miss going to theaters.
Just throw
I try to
popcorn
get
at the
the one-
handicapped people.
There's always one, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I don't know what's coming out next. Shang-Chi in a couple of weeks.
Shang-Chi, Eternals after that.
Oh, I don't even know if
actually
I'm gonna
excited.
bother.
I might not. I might.
For $6, I probably will if I could.
I'll probably go for $6. I'm actually really excited for Shang-Chi. It looks really good.
Yeah, it looks like not quite a Marvel movie, but just like a fun, almost Jackie Chan-esque kung fu movie.
Yeah. Like
So-
a fun kung fu movie with some magic on it.
Yeah.
I forgot to say it. Now, look at this fucking perfect segue we have. We're talking about Shang-Chi. We're talking about kung fu and martial arts. Did you guys see that 2 hours ago Sonny Chiba died?
No! He
Yeah.
did?
Yeah.
This is breaking news. It won't be when you hear
Breaking
it, but
news.
for us right now.
That's right now.
Well, tomorrow this is posting, so maybe. Somebody hadn't heard about it.
Yeah.
This is fucking Street Fighter himself, man. That sucks. It's depressing. Criminally underrated kung fu movies, though. By the way, Street Fighter series, not the video game. Don't go find that fucking Jean-Claude Van Damme bullshit. It's just-
No, that's probably one of the best comedies of our generation.
I watched it the other day, and it's still fucking goofy as fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Raul Julia is hilarious in the fact that, like, he can do so much better, but he's just not. He's just like...
The thing about Raul Julia is that, like, he could do so much better, but, like, he is fucking goofing it up the whole time, and it's awesome.
Yeah. And they asked, he was like, why are you doing this? Because my kids are fans of the series. I'm like, oh, Jesus, man. He's like way into it, like all the time. So, speaking of Addams Family, oh shit, segue. We're getting some casting for, I guess it's a Netflix show that they're casting.
Yeah,
So there's a Netflix show
Called
into the
Wednesday.
casting.
called Wednesday, yeah, and see, I thought this was the movie that supposedly Johnny Depp's been working, or not Johnny, Tim Burton, well, the same person almost, the movie that Tim Burton's supposedly working on, but it's a TV show called Wednesday for Netflix, and we got casting for Wednesday and Gomez and Morticia so far.
Yeah, they got Louise Guzman playing Guzman. Or fucking Louise Guzman playing Gomez.
That's easy to say, isn't it? Jesus.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got Luis Guzman playing Gomez.
I don't know how much I like it.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
yeah, I mean it's Netflix, so who knows what direction they'll take it in.
Raul Julia's my Gomez.
Yeah, well, John Aston for me, that's fucking
'Cause
great.
they're old.
Yeah, well, I remember it was fucking Thanksgiving, and they would play all the old Addams families, and it was like a marathon. And I just sit there, me and my dad, and we wouldn't watch football. We'd fucking watch the Addams Family. It was so weird. So, and Morticia's going to be Catherine Zeta-Jones,
Yes.
which is going to be interesting to see. I mean, I'm up for that.
so that's weird. You would watch Adam's Family on Thanksgiving. I used to always watch Survivor Series.
Well, yeah, they don't. There was only a couple times I remember Survivor Series actually falling on Thanksgiving. Those are the early ones, and then they just put them all on Sunday after that. So,
Yeah.
and Thanksgiving
That was
doesn't
back
fall
when-
on Sunday.
That's when WWE didn't give a fuck, and they're just like, yeah, let's have a fucking Tuesday in Texas on pay-per-view. Why the fuck not?
I remember that too. I was like, how the fuck are we gonna watch this? The Undertaker is gonna fight Hulk Hogan for the. You know, it's like, come on, what the fuck? All it was a glorified house show that they fucking got money off of.
Like, that's all those fucking pay-per-views were at first.
Yeah, it's like the first ever pay per view that they had was like live at Madison Square Garden or something. I think I'm probably wrong, and I'll probably get
Like-
yelled at for it. But
Some of those early WWE shows just straight look like they're gonna clear out the ring and do cockfighting after the show.
yeah, some of them were a little rough. But I remember, yeah, Tuesday in Texas was huge because it was the hype Hulkamania is the whole fucking thing, and he lost the belt to the Undertaker,
Oh yeah.
and like people were just like, what the fuck, you know? They're like, oh, emergency pay-per-view, Jack Tunney's announcing. It's like, what? They're like, we got to get the belt back on Hogan quick.
People are pissed.
Oh, Hogan's not. He's gonna walk. We need to get him the belt back. So, but yeah, interesting concept. Tuesday.
Well, they tried to bring back like Tuesday pay-per-views in like the early 2000s. They did that Taboo Tuesday shit.
Yeah, I remember Taboo Tuesday, and there was some gimmick with it too. Like, there was Taboo Tuesday, and then there was
Cyber Sunday.
Cyber Sunday. That's right.
It
So
was the
supposedly,
pay-per-views where you call in and vote.
yeah,
Or you vote on the
supposedly.
internet.
Yeah, supposedly fans would vote for stipulations, gimmicks, opponents, you know, stuff like that. I liked that. I thought that was fun. I mean, I don't know how interactive it actually was.
So
It wasn't.
Yeah.
no, from what I heard, it was at first it was all legit, but they started panicking because they're like, oh yeah, like there was one where it was like who's gonna. I think it was actually who's gonna face somebody for the Intercontinental title, and it was like Batista, Randy Orton, and fucking Honky Tonk Man. And WWE doesn't realize that the internet's just full of trolls,
Yeah.
and everybody's like, "Oh yeah, they're gonna pick fucking Batista, so this is how we're gonna do the match." And then they fucking end up picking Honky Tonk Man.
And they're like,
So-
he's not even here. What the fuck are we supposed to do?
So yeah, they're like. So then after that, it is. I don't know if it was starting to get more fixed, but I could notice like the gimmicks are starting to become more like inconsequential. Like, vote this Sunday on what color trunks Randy Orton's gonna wear.
Yeah, something that like didn't have any fucking bearing on the actual booking or the match itself. Yeah. Like that first one was cool. I thought the idea was cool, and you know, like I said, I don't know how much legitimacy had to it, but it was fun. So, and I also liked the first two uncensoreds for WCW because it was like every match was a gimmick match, and I am a big fan of stupid gimmick matches. But I mean, we'd end up with stuff like the tape fist match, the silver dollars in a sock on a pole match, shit like that. But it was like, as a kid growing up watching that shit, I loved all of it. And the biggest fucking letdown of all time was that Doomsday Cage match, or where it was like 2 opponents in each little area of this cage, and it was Hogan and Savage, and they try to like get down to the next area. They had fucking everyone you could think of in there. They had like the Final Solution, and they had to change his name later. And they had Zeus, but it wasn't Zeus. It was Z Gangsta. So it was like everyone from Hogan's past. It was funny.
It was Hogan and Savage versus the fucking WCW heel locker room.
Yeah, that's basically what it was. So
I am gonna rip off the oranges in a sock on a pole match though.
that could work. It could be a thing.
There was just nothing funnier than me than old fat fucking WCW wrestlers just wailing on each other with silver dollars in a sock.
was it Big Bubba and DDP? I don't remember who was in that match.
I don't know.
Silver dollar match. And then
I genuinely thought you made that up.
no, that was a legit thing. That was silver. It was like because it happened in Vegas, I think, one of them, and it was like a fucking I don't remember. But and then they had Blacktop Bully versus Dustin Rhodes in the back of that truck.
Oh yeah,
like, all kinds of weird ass gimmicks that they can't do anymore. But yeah, you got fired for getting color. Yeah, I remember that. But
like, let's have this semi truck going 85 down a highway, and then we're gonna have you two fight in the back and see what happens.
yeah, pull a suplex and then we'll fucking hit the brakes real quick and hope nobody gets a broken fucking neck. So, yeah, but they had like leather strap matches, doomsday cages, and then after a while, it turned into just a regular pay-per-view. So, but I think it was 95, 96 were probably my 2 favorite because they were just so fucking weird. It's like the matches, King of the Road matches. They had martial arts matches, boxing matches, shit like that. It was fun. So. But yeah, that Taboo Tuesday was good too because you could get weird ass gimmicks thrown into stuff, and I liked it. But anyway, so I don't even know how we fucking ventured off into this avenue. Somehow ended up in wrestling. Yeah, it is. I'm gonna start taking my meds again.
We're talking about fucking. The conversation started with Shang-Chi and ended up with a fucking Highway from Hell match.
And somehow the Addams Family got involved in there.
Oh, it was my fault.
How the fuck did we go from Addams Family to Highway to Hell match?
It was my fault because he said he watched Addams Family on Thanksgiving. I said I watched.
Oh yeah,
series. That's your fault, fucker.
And then every year in Thanksgiving he watches the Highway to Hell match.
Yeah, that is my Thanksgiving now.
That's my Thanksgiving treat to myself to watch that awful, awful, stupid match.
King of the Road match, but not Highway to Hell.
Oh, it's King of the Road.
Because I'm an expert and I know I watch it every year.
I'm fairly certain I wasn't alive when it was aired, so
you weren't alive in '95? Jesus, you're young.
No.
You fucking liar! Shut up. I'm trying to do math and I'm like, the fucker, I don't want to do math in the first place. I know you're just lying, so I'm going to call you on it. Let's see, what else we got? Fuck. Free Guy we got. We touched on Shang-Chi, which God knows how that's going to go. Yeah. When I went to the theater, I saw the preview for the new Hugh Jackman movie. It looks kind of interesting.
It looks kind of cool, yeah.
Yeah, it's almost not Memento, Inception-ish. Yeah.
I don't know, like, right now, there's nothing coming out, because I'm just waiting very impatiently for Dune.
Are you really, like, that into Dune coming back?
I'm really into Dune coming back.
Okay. Have you read the books or anything,
no,
or?
Yeah.
I've
told you I've read the books.
Okay, because the books are rough. They're hard to get through. I'm not real
had deep
big
conversations about the books.
That's
about
true.
how
That's true.
that
Spice and all that.
worm
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So,
Sting in a diaper. That's all I remember.
no,
Not wrestler Sting. The other Sting.
And then I'm also waiting for Saints of Newark, which is like the Sopranos prequel.
Oh, yes, that's right. That's right.
So that's coming out on October 1st, and then Dune is coming out on the 22nd.
There's a lot of movies I'm interested in coming out. Like, you got Venom 2.
Didn't that get pushed back? Because now it's coming out. It's a double feature day that day because it's going to be Halloween and Venom at the same time on the same day.
I was going to say we got Halloween Kills that's coming out.
Yeah.
Candyman. I'm interested in that.
Yeah.
As long as everything goes right, we should get Spider-Man before the end of the year.
They still haven't put out a preview for it, and everyone's getting pissed. I think it's hilarious. It's just like...
I want to see The Kingsman.
Yes, there's a preview for that too. It looks even better. I'm all happy for that.
Any more movies in that world, I am fucking all over.
Yeah, I mean the comics are great. They just took the comics and they did so much more with it, and yeah, I'm so fucking stoked for it.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that was good. So we got Suicide Squad already came out. Free Guy. We got nothing next week. Paw Patrol. Oh shit.
We can talk about more weird Dune shit.
Yeah.
Red Dog.
Clifford. Yeah.
Like they've already announced like a part 2 to it, and I'm just really hoping it goes off into its own series and they get into the weird shit.
Yeah, that's a book series that has got so much involvement into it that like just to do one movie and for it to fail and then for them to stop, that would suck. But
well, what was the 84 one?
Yeah, with
that
what
one
was his name? Yeah, I don't think either of the two were really that great. I think there's 2 movies and then there was like a TV movie that Sci-Fi did. I think so, because there's one with...
What?
Yeah. Jesus, dude, come on! There's
I
one...
just know the first movie.
No, there's... Maybe it's a TV show I'm thinking of. So there's 1984. Well, there's like Children of Dune. Maybe it's a sequel. I don't know.
Luckily, I have a supercomputer in front of me.
Yeah, me too. That's why I'm bringing it up now. So Kyle MacLachlan was in one with Sting. That was the original 1984. But where am I getting this, like a remake one?
Sting played Baron Harkonnen.
Yeah. Shit. Maybe it was a fucking... Maybe it was a Sci-Fi, like original or something. Why do I think there's 2? What the fuck? That doesn't make any sense.
See,
that might be.
Don't ever fucking doubt me again.
Oh, it's a miniseries. That's why. Okay. That's right. That's right. It was a miniseries. Okay. I was thinking there was like, why the fuck is Sci-Fi putting out like a Dune movie? I didn't understand. But okay, so there's the main one in 1984, but then Sci-Fi picked it up and tried to do a series, and it was like a mini-series. So that's
like with a book that thick and meaty, that'd be the way to do it.
Oh yeah, it would definitely be better as a series, I think. But yeah, so there's Dune 1984 and 2021, and then
I do like Jason Momoa as Duncan Idaho though.
So yeah, there's Frank Herbert's Dune and Frank Herbert's Children of Dune that were Sci-Fi original television series. That's what I'm getting it from. But I remember they released it as a movie later on. So that's where my confusion come from. Don't hate me. I knew what I was talking about. It was just a roundabout way of getting there. Yes, that's what I was thinking.
I want the Duncan Idaho sex clones to be a thing in movies.
So William Hurt was Duke Leto in the TV show. So, but they released it as a movie, and then they had James McAvoy was in Children of Dune. So look that up if you're that into Dune. It's confusing as fuck to me. So, but that's just me.
Yeah.
I'm not. I lose stuff when I read it. So
It's kind of like it's kind of like one of those things where like it's confusing as fuck at first when you get into it, but once you push past probably the first 150 pages, it all starts clicking together.
yeah, my wife, she downloaded it and she was like, "Hey, let's listen to this on a road trip." I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "If you are you sure?" She's like, "Yeah, let's do it." I was like, "All right." So we start listening. We got about 10 minutes in. She's like, "I can't. I just can't." It's like I told you, it's a little, it's a little fucking in depth. You got to pay attention to like every word, or else you're lost. So, and sometimes you have a tendency to space out and just like let it go. But
The giant worms create spice that you get high off of. It's like your dandruff. What?
yeah, what the fuck? Anyway,
Does the worm man have a penis? What's going on?
yeah, that's everyone's big concern.
No, you're like everybody who's never seen or gotten a deep dive, wondering why I'm focusing on the worm man's penis. Is that there's like a good 10-page conversation whether he has a penis or not.
Yes, in the books. Not so much in the movies.
Well, the movies aren't getting there yet.
No, they'll get to it, I'm sure.
They'll get to it. I hope they do.
Keep the faith, brother. They'll get to it in the movies.
If they get as long as they get to fucking Leto 2 getting to turning into a sandworm, then I'll be happy.
Yeah, I hate when like you're into something and you know where it goes and then they cancel it before it even got close to the good part.
I want to get to the weird shit.
Yeah, it's like Jupiter's Legacy. I read that whole thing and I started watching the first episode and I knew where it ended and then they canceled the show. I'm like, fuck this, I'm not watching. It's not even going to get to the good shit. Why the fuck am I going to bother? So, yeah. But, yeah, so, alright. Dune, we'll look forward to that one. And the worm man's penis.
And the worm man maybe existent penis.
Yeah. So.
Are they worried about? I could be. I haven't read the book in a while, and I just like bought the super cool blue page special edition that I need to plow through again for the movie. But Baron Harkonnen, did they make a big deal about his penis too?
You know what? I honestly don't know. I don't remember.
Frank Herbert has a thing about penises and whether people have them or not.
George R. Martin's got a thing for forced sexual encounters, and
Look.
I'm seeing a theme in your shit with kids. Yeah,
and a lot of people don't realize this, but in the Game of Thrones and the Song of Ice and Fire books, like a lot of these people are like 13, 14 years old.
Yeah, I'm glad that they didn't go that route for the show.
Like in the book, the whole first sexual encounter between Khal Drogo and Daenerys Targaryen, she's a child. She's 13.
Yeah.
He's a grown man who forces himself on this child, which you feel gross, but I guess you could call it historically accurate because shit like that was happening back then.
Well, in Westeros, I'm sure.
No, in medieval Europe.
Yeah.
When you're 12 years old, you're a fully grown man.
Yes. The conqueror, king, child man. Yes.
As soon as you could start squirting out kids, you were fucking.
You were.
You had to. Yeah.
Fuck. All right. Well. All right. You want to get into the staples of this and get the hell out of here? We'll do a comic book and verses.
Yeah, sure.
All right. What do you want to start with?
Let's start with verses.
All right. So for verses, it was Big V's pick. Go for it.
Gizmo versus Graugu.
All right. I mean, yeah, it's a funny matchup and everything. You would think on paper, not really on paper, because on paper, Grogu's just gonna destroy the fuck out of that fucking Mogwai.
Yep.
Oh my god, are you serious? You're gonna...
Nope. There is no fucking argument you can make for me right now.
That's
That
what I'm saying. He's like,
a
well...
force-sensitive child who's already fucking force choking
Okay, a force sensitive
that
child
one
that
bitch.
like he can barely use his powers before he fucking passes out. So here's what
Versus
what
a
happens.
fucking... a cat
Versus
that
a
walks on
fucking
two
Mogwai.
legs that fucking gets wet and makes duplicates.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Gizmo's going to fucking go swimming in a pool, and it's going to be a it's going to be a trouble situation.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay, so we're doing the fucking. Oh, what if you didn't say it was Gizmo or a fucking gremlin? You said it was Gizmo, who's a fucking Mogwai, who's still the cute little furry thing.
Hey, I just laid down. I've always said from the beginning, we just laid down the groundworks, and the argument is.
Oh my! Brown rolls my dick.
It don't matter. You could look at whatever situation or however it goes about. We know that the Mogwai Gizmo multiplies when it gets wet. There you go. There's something you're going to use when you decide who wins.
So
Okay, since we're pulling shit out of our ass, then
Yeah.
the fucking Din Djarin shows up with the fucking Darksaber because he's Grogu's fucking bodyguard, and then beats the fuck out of all the little gremlins. What the fuck are a bunch of gremlins gonna do against a fucking Mandalorian Beskar armor? Nothing.
Yeah, and it's a Mogwai. I mean, even if he eats after midnight, he's gonna turn into that egg. Yeah, that's the whole thing. It's gonna turn into the pupa stage and get its ass fucking chopped to pieces. Like Grogu could just squeeze the egg in all of them and just pop them and kill them all.
He's gonna walk over the egg and eat it because it's
that's true.
That's what he does.
And you see his eyes get so big, and he'd be like, ah, run over and start eating the fucking pupas.
There's just going to be a mass population of fucking Mogwai running around, and as he's trying to like force choke and force squash, he's going to pass out because he's untrained and doesn't know how to handle it. And once he passes out, all these fucking Mogwais are going to beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, but
Mogwais aren't going to do shit.
Now that we're adding shit to it, he's got the fucking Mandalorian behind him, and he's got the fucking the badass bitch whose name I can't fucking remember, and he has fucking Carl Weathers, which trumps anything.
Damn.
Speaking of Carl Weathers is going to be at the Comic-Con here.
Yeah.
Cool.
You guys talk for a second. I will be right back. Sorry.
I almost
Are they doing the Comic-Con?
It's still up and running. I mean, they haven't said anything different yet. I mean, they're limiting the space, like, but But I mean,
shit,
I almost want to go to Carl Weathers and say, I defended your fictional character in a wrestling match.
We were having a fight, me and my friends. If you could fight a bunch of gremlins,
First, I'd be like, "Sir, I just want to let you know that I defended your fictional character in a wrestling match once. I defended the dead ghost ashes of Apollo Creed against a fictional Russian. Yes, and I wore a construction paper top hat that was the American flag. But also, if."
Mr. Weathers, excuse me, how many gremlins do you think you could fight before they overwhelm you? Thank you.
What the fuck? What did I just walk back into? What is this?
Me and V are going to Comic-Con with Carl Weathers there, and we're gonna attend the Q&A, and we're gonna ask him questions from this show that he has never fucking heard of.
First, I'm going to tell him that I defended his fictional character's ashes in a wrestling match against a fictional Russian. and then you heard Zack. Mr. Weathers, how many Mogwai do you think you can take help you for?
Okay.
Just
Told us to talk. That's where it led
No,
us.
that's hey, by all means, man.
Just
Shit.
throw out a number, sir. Just throw out a number. He's like,
Just
who lit this kid? Security?
are we putting the special needs people on the microphone now? What the fuck's going on?
Is this Make a Wish? What is this? Who let this kid in here?
And of course, when we ask it, we have to be dressed up in the most nerdiest thing possible.
Just see V dressed as a giant fucking Mogwai.
Oh, that's horrifying.
I'll
I
lend
think
you
that's
my
more
wolf
scary than-
costume. I think we can change it enough so it'll look like a Mogwai.
I think that's more horrifying than like gluing barbershop hair to him and making him pretend he's a raccoon.
Trash panda. Oh fuck! All right, so
Mr. Weathers, who do you think would win in a fight, Apollo Creed or a Predator? Thank you.
Because obviously, your character that wasn't Apollo Creed didn't make it through a Predator.
yeah, if we go to Comic-Con though, I'm gonna end up getting arrested when Christina Ricci shows up. So you guys will have to keep an eye on me.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I don't like.
Sorry,
any of
what?
this. Don't do that.
I need a minute again. I'll be right back. No.
No, hold on. You're talking shit, but we're gonna get you in there with Christina Ricci, and you're gonna be all fucking starstruck and nervous, and I love you, and then run away giggling.
Yeah, I did pretty much the same thing with Elvira, so yeah, you're right. But all right, so for this versus, we have 2 votes for Grogu and a vote for fucking Gizmo.
No, not even a vote for Gizmo. A vote for Gremlins. We're gonna fucking.
Oh, we're gonna alter. Pray we don't alter it any further. All right, cool. Yeah. So yeah,
You didn't say anything about the Gremlins. You said Gizmo. So if Gizmo and Grogu threw down, the little fucking harmless Mogwai is gonna get his ass handed to him.
Yeah. Even with his Rambo fucking bow and arrow and everything.
He's just using his fucking resources, bro.
I got your resources right here.
Got your resources hanging, you son of a bitch.
Even though you can't see me, I just grabbed my dick.
Well. All right. So I actually put some thought into this. Oh god.
You do that because I'm looking up Comic-Con because I kind of want to get together and harass Carl Weathers now.
Just grief Carl Weathers. So for my choice, I actually put some thought into it this week because I remembered that it was my choice. So for my verses, I have It, Pennywise the Clown, It, versus. And this is the thing, you can kind of take it into your own. So I'm saying probably the newer iteration versus The Thing, John Carpenter's. So, shape-shifting monster, kinda alien versus each other.
Okay.
I thought it would be interesting, because they kind of manifest into different forms. And, yeah, I actually thought about it, so. So that's it. The Thing versus It.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Into it.
So we'll do that for next week. On the comic book club, we got 6 minutes left. And V's got more pressing matters.
Roughly around 1.
1-ish. Okay. Yeah. So comic book club this week. I wanted to try and get Kevin Smith a little bit of save face, and I picked Guardian Devil, which was his run on Daredevil from Marvel Comics. Yeah, it was 6 issues, I think, 5 issues.
I think this is only I think 5. The only Daredevil, I kind of dug it.
Yeah.
I'm not a big Daredevil fan, but this is a good one.
Yeah, I go ahead, V. Sorry.
I was going to say the same thing. I'm not a big Daredevil fan, but I mean, it wasn't bad. So, I mean, going into it, I was just kind of like, fuck. I mean, I didn't want to say it before. I'm like, Daredevil, like, okay, the show was cool, but just Daredevil's not my thing. And it wasn't as horrible as I thought, you know?
Yeah. He's had some good storylines, but it's not one that I regularly read. It's not one of the ones that I try to keep up on or anything. But yeah, I like the artwork on it. That was great. If you're a Kevin Smith fan, you see like little homages to him, including he's in a couple of frames and stuff like that. But I think the best, I don't even know if it would be considered a swerve, but the best point of this was, what if Daredevil had to face somebody else's villain that he's not used to, and then it's Mysterio in this case that kind of mind fucks him for the first 4 issues, and then just basically reveals himself, and he's like, "Oh yeah, and then he reveals that he's terminally ill, and he's like, "I don't even care anymore. I just want to fuck somebody up before I go out," and yeah, so. But yeah, I liked it. The kid, where it's kind of like Lone Wolf and Cub for a little bit, where he's got to keep a kid safe, or maybe Mandalorian. But it's supposed to be like the big.
No, Lone Wolf and Cub.
Yeah, we'll go Lone Wolf and Cub. I don't know if everyone knows that one, but so yeah, I mean, I actually hadn't read it before, but I had read that it was a decent run, and yeah, it was fun. It was a good read, and it was interesting to see when a villain is giving someone else trouble other than their normal hero that they screw with. So instead of Spider-Man, he's like, maybe I'll fuck with Daredevil for a little while, and he fucking does, like, really bad. So he gets Foggy arrested. He gets, not Karen Page. Was it Karen Page? I don't remember now. Yeah, Karen Page gets her killed. All this. And of course, I'm sure by this point everything's already been retconned, but that's what happened. So, and then he fucking just takes the easy way out at the end and blows his brains out because he was terminally ill anyway. So, but yeah, it was a good story. I mean, it pretty much touches on all the stuff about Daredevil, his mom still being all around, and the law offices and all that good stuff. So, it's a good jumping on point. I think it was a reboot of the series, but yeah. So, there you go. That was my take on it.
Yeah, like I said, it wasn't horrible. I mean, it wasn't something that I was just like. It's just not one of the characters that I'm like super like ever a big fan of. He kind of, I mean, some of the things are cool about Daredevil, like a blind man, being able to fight crime and stuff. But it's to me, it was like just another Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So I mean, I give him his fair shake. I mean, he's kind of brutal, sometimes, and it's yeah.
Okay.
I don't have a whole lot to say. I did really enjoy the scenes and the artwork, like just looking at the artwork and stuff. Daredevil is the way he's drawn out a lot of times is, I like it how they, the reds and the blacks are brought into it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Alright, cool. Whose turn is it this week? What do we got coming up?
I think it's V's.
That would be me.
Alright, V, what do you got?
So, only because I couldn't find anything else like older or whatever, I don't know. But I chose Red Hood Outlaws. And the Outlaws Volume 1.
Okay. So this is the New 52 reboot?
No, Dark Trinity.
Dark Trinity, okay. Red Hood and the Outlaws.
So, it's part of the DC Universe Rebirth. Jason Todd, the Red Hood, and his, he embraces the bad side. So, I mean, he's a villain with, it looks like,
An Arsenal, one of them?
Artemis. And a half-baked, Bizarro.
Oh. Okay.
So, yeah, there was another New 52 that had Artemis and, Arsenal and Starfire.
Yeah, I think, okay, that's the one I was thinking
the
of then.
52, the New 52. But because of Titans, I wanted to get more into, because, I know the whole the whole Red Hood thing with the what was the Batman storyline? The
Death in the Family?
uh,
No.
Under the Red Hood or Under the
Oh, the red. Yeah, Under the Red Hood. Okay.
So I mean I know that and everything, but I just want to get a little more into Red Hood. Like I was like, so since Red Hood got brought up in Titans, I was like, let's see what they got out there, and this is what I can find that I can access.
Okay. Yeah, I'm up for this. I always like the Batman and the extended Batman family, so pretty cool. All right, so it's Red Hood and the Outlaws, Dark Trinity. It's Volume 1 of the Rebirth series from DC Comics. Anybody that wants to read along, we'll be discussing it next week. And, yeah, we got anything else? Anything else pending?
I'm going to Comic-Con now on Sunday the 12th of September, so.
Okay. What are you going to be? What costume are you going as?
Probably one of my weird Chinese cartoons. I don't know yet.
Oh, okay.
This is kind of just last minute because now I'm inspired to just go harass Carl Weathers.
He's going to punch you in the fucking mouth.
and now I found out that the guy who plays Homelander is going to be there.
Yep.
The original Red Ranger is going to be there.
Yep.
So
I keep getting emails about it, so I know whenever they announce somebody, they're like, "Oh, now at Comic-Con." I was like, "Oh,
so
okay."
You're going
And now I'm
Sunday?
gonna try to get Charles Martinet, who's the voice actor for Mario. I'm gonna see if I could make him say off the wall shit in his Mario voice.
So you're going Sunday, September 12th?
Yeah.
Uh-oh, we might have to do this. We might have to make this happen.
Oh man.
Maybe I'll see what I can do about bringing Little V along, and I'll dress up as Fat Thor.
Nice. How much is it to see Christina Ricci?
Oh my god. I'm going nowhere near you when
Wow.
Christina reaches there.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
wouldn't
gonna assume
suggest
you're
it. Just stay away.
covered in
Everybody
cum.
stay away.
Photo op is $70. Autograph at the table is $60.
Ugh.
Selfie with her is $60.
Okay. I might have to look into that. I'm going to drain everything that we've made from this show since the beginning to get
thank
up.
God. They've already fucking put on their no hugs or other physical contact.
Oh, yeah. That doesn't... Once I'm close enough, you can't stop me.
For this particular celebrity photo op, fans and guests are permitted to briefly remove their masks during the duration of the photo.
Oh, yeah, wear masks. Oh, yeah, because they just redid the mandates and stuff for us. Damn it. Well, all right. I'll go to prison happy.
I'm staying far away from you.
Sorry, wifey. I'm sorry. She'd be like, finally, I get a fucking break.
She said hi to me, and I just started humping the air.
Yes.
What the fuck? Homelander photo op is like $75.
What else has that guy been in? Exactly.
I know.
Ridiculous, man. Anyway.
I suddenly don't want that.
Carl Weathers.
That motherfucker.
Is he in the hundreds?
No, well, hold on. Fucking photo op for Homelander is $120. Carl Weathers is $80. Autograph at the table is $70. I'd much rather have a Carl Weathers, and I don't know what a premium autograph is, but I'll pay the $300 for it.
What? A premium autograph for $300?
I don't know what the fuck a premium autograph is. He
Uh,
writes it in sparkly ink.
yeah, like, what the fuck is that? What is a premium? What the hell does that
And I
even
could
mean?
There's 3 Power Rangers that are going to be there, and I get the 3 of them for $170.
Total for all 3 of them.
Yeah,
Oh, shit. What the fuck? All right.
I'd rather do that.
I remember that the only time I ever saw Stan Lee was at this Rose City Comic Con, and it was just in passing because he was his handlers were fucking pushing him away someplace else. But yeah. Sean Astin will be there. Holy fuck! It's fucking
Cool.
Mikey.
Now we're just gonna fucking nerd out for the last couple minutes of the show.
Yeah. Okay, so you got Power Rangers, you got Lord of the Rings, you got The Boys, which is, you got John Heater's gonna be there, like, just him.
What do they
Hi
consider
guys, I'm not doing
shit?
anything else. Remember I was in Napoleon? Hey, hold my tater tots.
George Takei, he'll be there.
Oh,
Kel Mitchell, Keenan and Kel fame.
because of course he's not doing anything.
That's funny that the other guy ended up on Saturday Night Live and he didn't.
Well, he got like anxiety. He just didn't want to act anymore.
Right.
Oh, really? That sucks.
He just fell out of it.
He's $60 at the table. I don't know. We'll see. Sorry, I'm going off on Christian Ricci for too long. They're gonna already start getting a file started.
Hand out of your pants.
Yes, mostly.
It's starting to itch that way.
Oh, I didn't even notice. Thanks for that. Thanks for the heads up.
Oh shit!
Oh, it just happens sometimes. So, all right. Well, maybe we'll make a thing of it. You can see us fucking. You see Darkness get arrested at Comic-Con. We'll put it on the YouTube. It'll be awesome.
Oh, if you get arrested, that's definitely going on. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter.
Yes. So this will be the second week that we. Well, no, this will be the first week that we actually premiere on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and YouTube all at the same time, because I'm gonna sync it all so it all
button.
smash that like, smash smash a like, share, subscribe, smash that like. Yeah,
Like,
so
subscribe, rate, review.
yeah, 5-star, 5. Yeah, jeez, there's so much crap. Buy our shirts, yeah, jeez, so much stuff, so much.
So much stuff that we're not making money off of.
Yeah,
Instead of us saying every week, just read the description.
yeah. It's so much easier if we were wrestling to make money, but
Yes.
yeah. God knows when that's gonna come back. You start getting booked at more birthday parties.
Birthday parties. We're gonna start looking at Washington.
Pretty soon we're going to be like, rate, review, subscribe, buy my shirt, pay the ransom for your kid.
Yeah. It's birthdays. That's it. That's the new thing. Start underground wrestling for rich white men who want to see guys in spandex. That'll be it. That's what's coming next. Yes, run around on the.
Japanese.
Yeah. Where's the ring? Oh, it's just a couple of mats in my spare room. Okay. Yeah, I guess.
That's what we're doing.
Wait, how much are you paying? Okay, I guess. So, yeah, I got that to look forward to. All right. Yeah, so we're everywhere. Find us on, not Twitch. That's where we're, one place that we're not. On Twitter, at Dark Asylum Pod. Zach and I both have Pro Wrestling Tees shops. Look up Dark Asylum for Pro Wrestling Tees for us. And what's yours again, Zach? Follow Zach, or what is it?
/ Wonderful Zack Winters.
There you go. And yeah, find us on Facebook, ask us questions. If you want to be on the show, all you gotta do is ask. Fuck,
Yeah.
we'll let fans come on now.
It's surprisingly easy to get on this show.
Yeah, it's not like we got a waiting list or something.
We'll let some fans on. There's a couple of those fuckers I'm not gonna.
Yeah, there is a couple. So, all right, well, that's it. Watch What If, because we'll be talking about the most recent episode, depending on when we record. If it's Tuesday, no. If it's Thursday, then yes.
Catch up on Titans.
Yeah, watch. Well, Zach's not gonna watch Titans, so I'll watch the one episode that dropped, and then we'll have that to talk about. So, other than that, we got nothing else going right now. So, stay safe out there, people. For wonderful Zach Winters,
Toodaloo.
and for Big Vicious.
You stole my fucking line.
Yeah, what the hell?
That's why I did it. Fuck you. Now you can't think of anything else. Ha 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 ha.
Hey, I'm Darkness, and the asylum is closed.